This is the Maggie Morgan Show.
We're unpacking abusive relationships. Now, I want to throw a question straight up to Reverend Success, being that she's the professional here as a social worker. What is it, in your own understanding, in your profession, ma'am?
Well, abuse is a coercive behavior. And abuse can be termed in different terminologies. Abuse can be physical, it can be verbal, and it can be emotional. Abuse is a behavior that is threatening to the other person, which will be the victim. Mm-hmm. So abuse can be in the form of financial, it could also be in the form of sexual, especially in the UK. If you shout at someone, that can be termed as abuse.
Why do you think sisters, ladies are compromising by staying in a relationship that they are being abused?
I think it's because we're seeking validation. Most of the times we really don't know who we are. We don't know the person that we've been created to be, and so we begin to seek validation from other people. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know who you're created to be, if somebody is not validating you how you want them to validate you, you begin to feel less of yourself, and that's where depression begins. You begin to cause depression for your own self.
We're all slaves to our belief system. That's why nobody can be better than what they believe. The reason why they stay sometimes also is financial issues. As much as we might say that ladies are now going out there and they are getting it and they are doing it, we also have to understand that the economic system now sometimes does not actually make a lady like stable. You understand? Like a lot of ladies are still like trying to be stable, not that they're already stable. And someone who is trying to be stable, you understand, who is still trying to be stable, still needs help.
We do have men who are also abused.
Absolutely.
By their wives.
Yes.
I personally happen to know a brother who had to walk away from his marriage because he was being abused by his wife.
Abuse is across the border. It doesn't have respect for gender, religion, race. You know, abuse can happen to the wealthy or to the poor. It doesn't matter. Abuse is across the border. Just like how you said, I have been involved in families who have been separated. I have encouraged mothers to leave domestic relationships which are not productive for them. Now, I think why a lot of women feel trapped is because they don't know there's help at hand. I mean, I'm going to speak from the perspective of being in the United Kingdom. We have laws, we have legislations and policies. For instance, we've got Section 42 of the Care Act, which protects adults. The Care Act is mainly for adults. It protects women, it protects anyone above the age of 18. If they feel that they're in a domestic violence, they can get things like molestation order against their partner, their spouse. They can get occupation order. What that means, with molestation order, you can get the abuser, the perpetrator, not to come anywhere near your vicinity.
You remember that one time I recorded an audio of a neighbor where he was threatening his partner. Mm-hmm. And I recorded it and I sent it to you. And when you heard it, you said, Maggie, right now, call the police.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And the man was removed.
Yeah.
So all of these things that we are doing, marriage, relationships, it actually ends there. We'll not get to heaven now be telling God that all he gave to us, that we're using it to endure marriage, or we use it just for marriage. There are every matters of life. There are winter matters of life. So if marriage is not suitable, of course, just channel your energy to something else. And you don't need to stay in an abusive marriage or abusive relationship. Like I said, when we get to heaven, we're not going to present our marriage certificate to God, our Lord. I mean, what created me for. This is what I'm doing with my life, marriage. I mean, I just believe that there is life after that. There is much more that is demanded from us.
Absolutely.
Marriage is good. Marriage is God's plan. Marriage is beautiful, but that's just one part of your purpose. You know, there's a whole lot that goes through your life.
I've heard people say, I was privy to a conversation where it was said a man cannot rape his own wife. Are you kidding me?
If a woman doesn't give consent to any sort of sexual relationship, it meets the threshold for rape. Abusers are very terrible. The first thing they do is separate you from families, friends. They literally remove you from every circle of support you have. And the reason for this is to have you right where they want you.
Yeah.
Because my ex was not accountable to anybody. That's another big
Whoa.
He was not accountable to anybody. Do not marry a guy who does not have any accountability. Do not go near there.
Red flag.
Red flag, yes.
That's a massive red flag.
Everyone who's on here who would watch this later, I beg you, do not marry a man or a woman who doesn't have accountability. That marriage or relationship will not work.